Hello everyone, Alicia here with another Weight Watcher or Lightened Up recipe. Now today what I'm going to be doing is a Weight Watcher breakfast prep, and I'm going to be making up some sheet pan chocolate protein pancakes. I love doing the different sheet pan pancakes. I've got, I think, a couple other videos on my channel with a couple different varieties of them, but they're very good. But what I really love about them is how easy they are to make them on a sheet pan. So again, I'll try to link some previous ones I've done. This one is a chocolate one, very good. Let me jump into it and show you what you're gonna need for ingredients. So first thing I'm gonna be using is this Krusteaz protein pancake mix. I have really been liking this specific protein pancake mix. I know there's a lot of different ones out there, and I've actually used a couple different ones besides this one. This is just my kind of favorite at the moment. So I'm gonna be using 2.5 cups of this, but you could use whatever type of protein pancake mix that you want. Next up, I've got some unsweetened vanilla almond milk here. I'm gonna be using 1.5 cups of this. If you don't like almond milk, you could sub out with a different type of milk. And then here I've got some plain non-fat Greek yogurt. I'm gonna be using 1/2 cup of this. And then I've got a 3.9 ounce container, or just under 1/2 cup of no sugar added applesauce. I'm gonna be using this whole cup. And then I've got 4 large eggs. Back here for my sweetener today, I'm gonna be using Golden Monkfruit Golden, but you could use whatever type of sweetener you prefer. I'm gonna be using a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a 1/4 cup unsweetened baking cocoa, and then I've got some of these Lily's chocolate chips. I'm gonna be using 70 grams of these, or 5 servings. And I'm gonna be weighing those out to get them correct amount. And then lastly here, I've got about 1 cup of strawberries, just fresh strawberries that I've sliced up. I'm gonna just be adding these to the top. I think a little fresh fruit tastes really good on these pancakes. You could use whatever type of fresh fruit you want. That's what I've got on hand, so that's what I'm gonna be using today. So that is everything for ingredients. Let me jump into these. So first off, in a medium-sized bowl here, and also I have my oven preheating to 425 right now, I'm gonna add in my 2.5 cups of that pancake mix, and then 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. I said 1/4 cup, but I meant 1/2 cup, but I will have the correct amount down in the ingredient list like I usually do. So 1/2 cup of that cocoa powder. Now I'm gonna just whisk the 2 of those together really well until they're fully incorporated. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I've got a couple little chunks of the cocoa that's not mixing in really well, but that's pretty good. So I'm gonna call that good and set that aside. Now in a large bowl, I'm gonna add in my 4 eggs. One and a half cups of almond milk. 1/3 cup of my sweetener. 1/2 cup of that unsweetened applesauce. My 1/2 cup Greek yogurt. And 2 teaspoons vanilla extract. Then I'm gonna whisk that together really well. Got this all whisked and combined together well. So now I'm gonna take my dry ingredients. I'm gonna pour those in. And fold those in. I stirred this up real well. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a 13 by 18 inch cookie sheet, and I'm gonna just put a piece of parchment on it. And then I'm gonna pour my batter on. I'm gonna kind of just smooth that out in there the best that I can. Got that in there fairly even. Another kind of trick you can do is just sort of shake it, drop it, just to get it in there as even as you can. So now that I've got this in here pretty even, I'm gonna go ahead and weigh out my chips. Again, I'm doing 70 grams. Yeah, 70 exactly. So now I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna sprinkle them on the top of my pancakes. And if you wanna just add these directly to the batter, stir them in, you can do that too, but I like to put them on top. Okay, now this is ready to go in the oven at 425. I'm gonna start it off, since this is a new oven for me, at 10 minutes, but I will be back once these are done. Here's how it's looking at 14 minutes. Looking done. Kind of bounces back when you touch it. So now I'm gonna take these over to my counter and I'm gonna just pull them right off with the parchment paper and slice them up. I'm gonna take my parchment paper, just lift up on the end, just like that, and pull those off. That's why I like using the parchment paper. It just makes taking them out of the pan really easy. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a pizza cutter here and I'm gonna just cut these into 12ths. That's just the size that I like to have, but you can cut them in whatever size that you want. I just think 12ths makes pretty good size. Got those cut up, so now go ahead and plate some up. But first, before I do that, let me show you kind of what they look like inside. They're nice and fluffy, just really great texture. Okay, I've got a couple pieces on a plate here. Topped them with some of those fresh sliced strawberries and then some of this sugar-free syrup. Now the points on the pancakes alone are gonna be 4 points per slice. It is 7 points for 2 of them like I have here. And then again, if you're gonna add, well, the strawberries are 0 points, but if you're gonna add anything like a sugar-free syrup, you're gonna wanna count points for that. This stuff is a point a serving, I believe. And the serving size is 2 tablespoons, which I don't even think I have 2 tablespoons on here. But anyway, just for reference. But yeah, 4 points a piece for these per slice. I'll try and show you kind of how fluffy these are. Very fluffy. A little close up. And what they look like. And my hubby just actually walked in. Here, try a bite. Tell everybody what you think. You said they smell delicious, which they do.
Hi, everybody. So I got some of my
It's okay.
mustache in there.
I won't zoom in on your beard. Good? Mm-hmm. Now you like the sheet pan pancakes too, right?
I do. And, you know, they've all got the same general texture.
Nice and fluffy though, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to show
They're
that.
all fluffy, not super dense.
There goes our clock. It always likes to go when I'm right in the middle of filming.
So everything's real subtle. Mm-hmm. So it's not overly sweet, but it is nice and pleasant.
Sweet. Yeah.
It's got a pleasant sweetness. And then you get that chocolate. What kind of chocolate you got?
I'm using the milk chocolate this time, the Lily's.
Okay.
Yeah. Which you could use. I really like the raspberry Lily's white chocolate. I almost put those in there. But I think the milk chocolate goes really well with these specifically.
Those are great.
Yeah. All right, 4 points. I think they're typically 4 points, the different ones I make.
with a little syrup on there.
Yeah,
woo.
good stuff.
Yeah, I've been smelling those for what, an hour now?
Yeah, you've been smelling them for a bit. Well, not an hour. They only baked for 14. So anyway, all right, guys, that was chocolate protein sheet pan pancakes. I think you're my husband. My husband's gonna take that serving. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you as always for watching. And we'll see you on the next one.